Hello and welcome back, Moosey Town. In today's episode, we continue our RimWorld Let's Play series Through the Ages, Take 2. Going on to watch episode 44, moving into our new home. Hope you all enjoy, thank you all for watching, and God bless. But before we start, a word from your sponsor, me! I love I said sponsors, I'd ever get a sponsor for this channel. Oh, but a word from your host, Megan. So, in this episode, I did a new thing. I did a voiceover of the episode. I reduced it back down to a reasonable episode from the 2 hours I ended up having, which is more or less just me goofing off after I ended up moving up to the new home and just letting the game run. So I did my best to reduce it down and to a hopefully enjoyable episode with me voicing over kind of what happened as we go along. If this is something you guys come to like, or like me to do more of, please let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll just continue what I've been doing thus far. Hope you'll enjoy, thank you all for watching, and let's now get to it, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, and hello. So, we're basically right here, we're trying to discuss on what to bring with us to our new adventure. I end up saying, going over with, I think I'll just take all the animals and whatnot, and go from there. Acknowledge that Piggy, one of our cows, is pregnant, and I'm very happy for the development. After that, I'm kind of just acknowledging that we've lost everyone in the colony of Potato's dead, trying to see where she's at, see if it's worth burying her, or whatnot. Going on, just hanging around the colony, just thinking what to do from here. Next, I am trying to debate on whether or not I should take the enema tree with me on our excursion. Then I realized that it's kind of not worthwhile because there should be an enema tree in every single place. But I do have enough animal grass to start a ritual or whatnot. I'm also breaking over whether or not I should try to finish off the soul development in the research colony. And unless, of course, we have to fix back our schedules so that people don't go insane. Then we're checking over to see if there's anyone worthwhile trying to save to take with us, but they're all basically dead due to loss of blood. Then we get a nice visitor who has a trader with a lot of lovely goodies I will trade in a moment. Next, I'm breaking down which statues I should take with me. I end up just taking all of them due to the fact that I don't have anyone at the moment who's good at making statues, and when I move to a new colony, it's best to do that. As I said before, now we're doing the linking ceremony. I give it back to Flutterbug because Colin is a level 7 Psylink as is, where Flutterbug isn't a Psylink that high herself. So we're going to go on to that. She ends up being a Psylink, and I just end up doing a... What do I do? And by the looks of it, I end up just ignoring it. After that, I go over with Bug and have her start trying to buy some stuff from the visitors and whatnot. She ends up trading with them, and I end up trying with their inventory here. I see that they have the glorious healer mech serums. So I end up spending all the stuff in my inventory trying to get one of these lovely healer mech serums. I am able to buy one, and I do try to buy another one, but I am unable to do so. So in the end, I just buy all the healer roots, and then I use the healer mech serum on our colonist Colin in the attempt to heal all of his ailments, primarily whichever is the worst. Thankfully, he does end up healing his right eye, thus alleviating that problem. and we're going into the map to see where we'd like to go. After we finally left the map, we did have a raid at the colony. The colony was raided, unfortunately. They came in, because there was nothing of value, they set everything on fire, thus resulting in the entire colony being a loss. So I was able to come back here to get any of the precious leathers I had, or anything of the like. Once they were done demolishing our precious home, they ended up leaving after stealing nothing. They just burned the whole place down to the ground. Next, we had one pirate tried attacking the caravan, asking for three of our animals. I ended up refusing this because I thought it was ridiculous, because one pirate was no match for our lovely fighters. Closer look, all they had was a mallet. So I graciously had my two characters and take action. Colin ended up hanging out with the animals, where Flutterbug used her ability to jump over and start shooting the guy in the face. Or that's what I was planning on doing, until I realized that there's a whole bunch of bugs on the map, and they just decided to kill the guy for us. Well, I say kill. They just got him down, and until he was dead, I was unable to leave. So Flutterbug used her powers and jumped over there, and basically did the coup de grace of putting him out of misery. This did take a little bit longer than I wanted to, because the bugs weren't just satisfied with this enemy. They also wanted to have Flutterbug. It didn't help that Flutterbug couldn't aim the broadside barn, and ended up shooting one of them in the face. Eventually, after jumping around a whole bunch, she was able to eventually finish off the pirate. And once she ended up doing a lovely final move, she jumped away, and we were able to continue on to the next map. This is our new world, aka where we'll be living here from now on. The only way I was able to settle it was because I had to abandon our old home, thus we were unable to ever return there, to my knowledge. Now, there might be a mod or two that I don't have at the moment, but I might install in the future if I do decide to leave home, that allows us to have more than one settlement, even with as few as 2 colonists. So from here, I start setting up a primitive base area so that I am able to essentially just start anew. And of course, first things first, as always, a colony always has to run into stupid bugs. So I start using Colin's and Flutterbug's abilities to take care of them very swiftly. This is also where I noticed Colin has no weapon. He does have a shield where he's able to bash the enemy, but that's about all. Where Flutterbug is the only one with full armor, and of course our glorious shotgun, which she uses to the full effect to help Colin kill off huge drones that spawned right next to us in the beginning of when we came to this new world. I then acknowledged that we did have to get rid of the rest of the bugs between us and our new home area. For a second there, I did think our cow was dead. Thankfully, it was just one of the bugs. Then of course, Flutterbug, instead of doing the right thing, jumped right into the bugs instead of taking care of them, because she was doing what I asked her to do earlier, which was build the wall. Battle ensues, where we have the 2 glorious heroes go into battle, trying to kill them and whatnot. They were successful, and we jumped to them finishing off the wall. Once the construction here was done, we had to move all of our precious animals over to the new area, establishing our first home in this new land. Yes, it is small, but it is glorious, and it helps keep us in a. It essentially makes things doing, such as milking and other projects, a lot easier. Going on from here, after we moved all of our lovely creatures, we set up a few amenities, such as our beds and the statues and whatnot in our new home area. Ah yes, our lovely corpses of all the evil bugs who thought they could do us in. In the end, we were successful. And of course, we can't worry about any stragglers, so I had Flutterbug go and kill off the one bug that decided that it needed to stay living. In the end, I just had to run around and taking care of all of the spawners or hives that were around the map to alleviate this going forward. After that, I had Colin go around and gathering up all the resources that he could from the beds and everything else. I did end up using a little trick, which is where you use a caravan and whatnot, and in the end, I got all the materials back to home. Next big thing I did was I still had the animal removal tree mod enabled, so I dug up the animal tree and moved it from the corner of the map all the way over to our new home area. This would cause some problems in the future with the walls we have, because the walls are technically affecting the animatry, but all this does at the moment is slow down production. All this does now is slow down production of animal grass. Do apologize. Yawning there. In the future, I'd like to expand where I'm gesturing right here, right on the left side of the swampland, with enabling the swamp into a kill box sector, but that is at a later time. I did not get into it in this episode, but that is a plan I have for the future. Next, we finally get a little base camp set up, and we have our own little home. Next we have to get to is, of course, crops. So we put in a rice field, and we till the entire area to get the best bang for our bucks. Once, of course, Colin finishes off the house, we end up closing it all off and killing the unwanted residents, aka that rat, so he doesn't eat all of our precious food, because at the moment we don't have very much of it. With the crops going in, the next big thing I do is, of course, section off the area and I have Flutterbug do the coup de grace of all of our non-adult animals. Basically, a whole bunch of field. This is two things. One, it makes sure that we have enough food going forward for all of our animals, and it also gives us some much needed meat. Here, I am trying to figure out how to get planks, and eventually figuring it out. That is make timber, which did work out for us in the end. This material is used for making many things, from workbenches to better clothing, better beds and whatnot going forward in the future. Nice thing is that because we have the animals so close to where we live, Flutterbug was able to dispatch the animals very quickly. then thankfully, Flutterbug does get another Psylink advance, and we get to upgrade both of our characters and their Psylinks instead of going down any routes. With our new colony, of course, we just end up nailing the new settlement, Moosey Town. I thought about going with Castaways, but I ended up going with Moosey Town because that is our true settlement home no matter where we be. As we are Moosey Town, wherever we go, Moosey Town follows. Now that I have all the much needed wood I need, I have Colin break down and cut down all the wood as quickly as possible. Once we get the 90 wood needed for the butcher's table, I have Colin do that, and then he's able to butcher all the creatures in our home area, thus giving us some much needed meat, as I suggested earlier. Thus giving us the first meals of this new area that aren't from vegetables. Later on, I would go on to utilize the my apologies. I'd go on to make pemmican and whatnot to stretch our food rations as far as possible. I'd also make a fence area around our home to keep the animals off the fields and whatnot. Now, at the moment, our sleep schedules and all that are a bit screwed up, but going forward, they would eventually figure themselves out. Then I'd go and haul all of the animals, making it much easier for Colin, and that once he wakes up, so that we're able to get the corpses butchered as soon as possible. Next item of note, I'd go on to make sure that all the meat we're going to get from these animals is not wasted. I'm going to make 6 drying racks to preserve all the food for later use. Now, if you would like to use drying racks correctly, you actually have to have your people on hauling. They would haul food to and from drying racks as quickly as possible. But if you do not want them to overdo it, you end up just leaving it. Next, the game's trying to give us some new people, but of course the first person that comes to our house is Frail, so we decide to leave her to the gods, aka to fate. Next, we have our first raid on in our new home. It's a single character with just a bow and a smoke pods. They end up attacking immediately, rushing all the way back to our home, thinking that with their measly bow they had a single chance. But alas, they were mistaken. As Gladiator approached swiftly, I had Colin come to the door with his shield, with Flutterbug backing him up. With the combination of Colin's lightning bolt and Flutterbug's shotguns, we were able to incapacitate Gladiator. Looking at Gladiator's stats and seeing that she's a female, and with relatively good overall characteristics, I decided to end up imprisoning her. Well, at this time, and for the rest of the video, I actually don't have a proper jailhouse for her. I just have her sleeping with the animals on a sleep spot. Thankfully, we didn't do much damage to Gladiator and were able to rescue her. Next, we decide that the best course of action is to convert Gladiator to our religion before trying to add her to the colony. When she is added to the colony, I will be giving her a name from the people subscribers list below. If you'd like to become part of the colony, all you have to do is subscribe or follow me on Twitch. The little puppy there is from a quest we've taken to make sure they stay alive for X number of days. Next, we're prepping for the next raid, looking to build our first actual kill box. I make the first adjustment with some clay bricks we'd cut down from our house earlier. Making sure to build this as quickly as possible, knowing that at any moment we'll be raided again. And with that, Flutterbug was off to construct the extension to the wall as quickly as possible. And as luck would have it, as soon as we got the wall extension completed, the enemy decided to attack in full force. Two guys attacking with the best they could do. And of course, the first thing we did so that the enemy wouldn't try to break down our walls or light them on fire was open up the door. The Gladiator tried running for it. And as a means of denying her escape, I lit her on fire with lightning again and beat the crap out of her. And of course, Colin, with his amazing melee skills, was able to do so swiftly without causing any major damage. And with the first person down due to the spikes, Colin and Flutterbug was able to incapacitate the individual quite swiftly with a combination of lightning and a shotgun to the face. After which, Colin would close the door, we'd recapture Gladiator, knocking some sense into her, and explaining to her the bows of her ways, patching her up nonetheless. Next, we get our third person, who of course was a space marine named Cox. Cox would join the colony, whether we accepted her or not. We ended up accepting her for two reasons. One, we needed another melee specialist, because why not? But also, it wouldn't hurt us to have more hands to help us around the fields. The only problem with Cox is two things. First of all, her ideology sucks. It's nothing compared to what ours is. And second, I don't have anything else. She's just, yes, I had never changed her name, which I'll have to do at the beginning of the next episode. If you'd like to be named, have your name in the series, just make sure you subscribe. And with that, that was the entirety of the episode. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all for watching, and God bless. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Hello, and thank you for watching RimWorld Through the Ages Take 2, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, both my Twitch channel and Discord have my streaming schedules and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, you can find the link in the description below of this video. Thank you very much for watching. Special thanks to my Twitch subscribers and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the end credits. I hope to catch you in the next episode or an upcoming stream. Thanks again, and God bless.